Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jackie. Thank you so much for joining me. In today's video, I wanted to talk about two big mistakes that you are probably making that are stalling your fat loss goals and how to fix them. So when it comes to fat loss, you probably see content every single day on the big things when it comes to how to achieve your fat loss goals, your food intake, your protein intake, and your workouts. But there's two little mistakes that you're probably not thinking about that can be stalling your fat loss goals. And I know that I made these same mistakes, so I'm here to help you not make the same mistakes that I did. So the first mistake that I see people making, including a mistake that I used to make, is having unnecessary bites, snacks, and handfuls and not tracking it. When we plan our meals for the day, we often think of like our big things, like our breakfast, our lunch, our dinners, our snacks, but we often forget about these little bites and nibbles and handfuls. I don't know about you, but I am guilty of this just as much as anybody else, where I will walk to my cupboard several times a day to grab a small handful of chocolate chips. That's my vice, is a small handful of chocolate chips. Let's be honest though, it's not just one handful. And it's not a small handful either. It's usually maybe 2 to 4 handfuls a day of what is definitely more than a serving size of chocolate chips. By the way, did you know that a serving of chocolate chips is 1 tablespoon? Trust me, I'm not having just 1 tablespoon. That was literally hundreds of calories a day that I was eating without even thinking about it and definitely without even tracking it. And then I was stalling on my fat loss goals for the longest time. And it honestly came down to these bites and handfuls that I was having here and there. How many of you moms out there are also eating the leftovers off your kids' plates when they eat a handful of ketchup and have a strawberry for supper? I know I am. And it's something that you may not think about because you're just mindlessly eating it. That's usually what it is. It's not that you're intentionally eating more or binging in the cupboard or anything like that. Oftentimes it's this unintentional, you don't even think about it, eating the food off your kids' plate, grabbing 3 or 4 handfuls of chocolate chips or nuts or whatever is in the cupboard, and then you just move on throughout your day, but you're not tracking it, which means that these bites and nibbles and handfuls can also put you over your calories for the day. So if you find yourself guilty of just a handful or just a bite, just a forkful, like I was and a lot of my clients are, I have a challenge for you. And that is to take 24 hours and use a food journal and write down literally every single thing that you put in your mouth. Not that, you dirty birdie. I'm talking about actual food, water, whatever it is, every bite, handful. Don't judge yourself on it. Just log it, and then the next day review it and see how many honest bites, handful of chips, handful of M&Ms, chicken nugget left over that your kid didn't eat, whatever it is that you're eating throughout the day, and you will be surprised. This was something that I know surprised the shit out of me. The other thing included in this is also oftentimes it's late night snacking, something that we're finally sitting down after the kids go to bed, you're watching your favorite Netflix show, maybe you got a tea or a glass of wine, and you think, wow, that ice cream in the freezer sounds really good. And you will go get your some. You're not hungry. You're not really actually physically hungry. You're just wanting something. That late night snacking can sometimes lead us out of our calories for the day, where maybe, yes, you were on track all day long until 9 p.m. hits, and then you are in the cupboard searching for snacks, eating either bites, handfuls, or nibbles, or searching for the Ben & Jerry's. Now, there's nothing wrong with treating yourself once in a while, but if you have a goal in mind and you're struggling to hit that goal, this could be an area that's affecting your fat loss goals. So just, again, some things to keep in mind. I would suggest starting with a food journal and then reviewing over it and just see where you're at. Number 2, the other big mistake that I see my clients making when they are stalling on their fat loss goals, and also that I have made, is having a low NEAT. NEAT is an acronym that means non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Now, I did a video on the different ways that your body burns calories, and if you'd like, definitely go and check it out here, because I talk about the different ways that your body burns calories, including BMR, including exercise, and all that. Your NEAT, your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, is the second biggest factor when it comes to your calorie burn throughout the day. So again, this is the calories that are burned during non-exercise activities. So we're not talking about your CrossFit class. We're not talking about your Peloton class. This is generally related to the amount of steps that you take in a day. Oftentimes, when people have a low step count throughout the day, they have a low NEAT, which means that they aren't burning as many calories. People with higher steps will burn more calories throughout the day. Basically, what does this fucking mean? Having a higher NEAT or a higher daily step count will help you burn more calories throughout the day, which makes being in a calorie deficit for fat loss so much easier. Not only is it helpful for fat loss, but it's just helpful for our daily health to be moving more throughout the day. So what is included in your non-exercise activity thermogenesis? Anything that gets you more steps throughout the day. Could be a walk, it could be doing laundry, cleaning, chores, gardening, playing with your kids at the park, whatever it is that gets your body moving throughout the day. Little things that you can do to help get that NEAT up throughout the day would be like parking at the back of the parking lot, taking the stairs instead of the elevators, walking to go pick up your kids from school, taking a walk with your family, playing outside more. All of those things will help boost your NEAT, which helps boost your daily calorie burn to make being in a calorie deficit just that much easier. Walking pads are super popular right now, and those are a really helpful tool that you can do while you watch TV, while you read a book, while you scroll social media. You'll often see me post on my stories about how I'm strolling and scrolling. That is one of my things that I do in the evenings quite often. If I'm going to be scrolling TikTok or social media, I will be doing it on my treadmill. At the very least, I'm tying a maybe not such a healthy activity with a more healthy activity. So one of the biggest ways to change this is to help set yourself a step goal or just a daily movement goal where you set yourself a certain amount of minutes a day that you're going to move your body, bringing in healthy habits like walking on a walking pad, going for a family walk after dinner, whatever that might be, to help increase the amount of steps that you get in a day. So there you have it, 2 really small habits that you're probably not even thinking about that can be stalling your fat loss goals. I hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and comment what you're going to work on for yourself for your fat loss goals. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with content. I'm going to be doing a lot more YouTube content this year and you're not going to want to miss it. And if you don't follow me already, be sure to head over to Instagram and follow me there so you can keep up with my daily content, ramblings, and all that jazz. Thanks so much, and I will talk to you next time.